contest. We do it every year. It's always a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress. Danger, danger, danger. Sound me
I be keeping that dough. 10 men, 20 men, 30 men. I'm on something. 10 men, 20 men.
Costume contest. We do it every year. It's always a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.
What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. Wow, I don't even know what to say, man. I completely understand that, this is one of the things that make 50 Cent 50 Cent. I mean, and it's not right, but this is what makes him, and people are on his page actually laughing at this stuff. Now, trust me, I am not the biggest fan of Wendy Williams. I always preach about how you can keep it real without being rude. You can keep it real, being respectful. You know what I'm saying? You can tell people about themselves without going as low as she, does sometimes. And so I'm not her biggest fan. However, when someone experiences something like this, some type of compassion have to come in place. Now, I do understand it was Halloween, and most people are saying it's fake. I already went into details into the video I did on this topic, so I'm going to put it in the link in the description below, and you guys can go ahead and watch that. So I'm not sounding repetitive, but the reason why 50 Cent is behaving this way towards Wendy, most of you, that's just a quick rundown. I'm going to throw some things in here that he had to say about her, or that he wrote about her. But 50 Cent and his eldest son don't really get along. 50 was taking care of his son. Most of you remember seeing him in the videos and always with his dad. Was taking care of his son, giving his son mother almost $20K a month without any court, telling him to do that. Put her in the mansion with his son in New York. Everything was going great, and one day she was like, oh, if I can get almost $20K a month from this guy and it's not on paper, I guarantee you if I take him to court I could get more. She goes to court, and the judge realized, like, really, he's giving you all this money, he's paying all of your bills, you're literally living in his house for free because you are the mother of his child, and that's still not enough for you? You want to come here and be greedy? So what the judge did instead was lowered the child support. I think it went down to almost $5,000, like some ridiculous amount a month, and she was just like, what did I just do? And 50 Cent was like, okay, you want to put me on the books? That's what I'm going to pay then. And so that's what happened. And then she got in a new relationship, and the boyfriend was living in his house. Whatever, long story short, the house burned down while they were in it. They didn't die. They were able to get out, of course. Of course, we know that 50 Cent didn't burn a house down, and if he did, he would be in jail. Okay, they would be able to prove it. So of course that didn't happen. Yes, he might be cannon on power and all of that, but he's not that evil to go ahead and do that to his own child. Secondly, he have and listen, I'm not taking up for 50, okay, but I have seen this too many times where the whole parental alienation and all of that, I'm not here for it, because this man have another son that he have an amazing relationship with the mother, and he takes care of his son. He loved that boy, and everything is exactly the same way it was when his other son was younger. So I'm just hoping nothing else happened to change this relationship, and that he's able to maintain this one, with his child. Yeah. And since then, she blamed 50 and said that he's this evil guy. He tried to burn. Basically, she took that story, told his son, and their relationship just went from bad to worse. But it was all about money and greed. I don't know these people personally, but I've followed the story for a long time. I always preach this, man. No matter how angry you are at someone, never poison your kid's mind. Never turn the children against that person, because even now people keep saying that 50 Cent is the dad He's an adult. He should be the one to go after his son. His son is 18. If his son's mind is programmed that his dad is this, person that his mom have, told him for years, there's nothing 50 Cent can do. He's an 18-year-old boy. He's legal. This boy was hanging with Rick Ross and everybody to make 50 Cent mad. He goes on his dad's page and leave disrespectful comments and all of that. But people say, oh, you're the dad, he's the son. Ignore it. So long story short, Wendy, that's her job, right? She does Hot Topic. 50 responded to someone comment almost like he didn't have a son, something along those lines. So Wendy go on Hot Topics and just go in on 50 Cent. And of course he didn't like that, so he started posting these things about her. That's where the little beef started. So when all of this happened today, he was like, okay, it's a field day time for me, and basically these are his response. So I'm not going to make this video any longer because I've already talked about Wendy extensively. She on the show today, I watched the entire show. She did look, she wasn't herself. She said it herself. She does not like Halloween, and she said, I'm basically doing this show on a direct because she basically said that she was doing the show and she wasn't herself. She said that on the show today, and then seconds or a few minutes later she passed out. So hopefully Wendy goes and check into the hospital or have a doctor at her house. This is whatever that happened today is not something you just ignore, sweep under the rug talking about, oh yeah, I overheated. Absolutely not, man. Hopefully she gets that checked. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here, my Vina loves. I'm wishing you all an amazing day, and remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.